What's good, ladies and gentlemen? This your guy, Mr. Live, and I'm bringing you my spoiler-free review on Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. And what can I say? This movie really has a lot in store for you. If you haven't seen it yet, probably why you're checking this video out if you are. But this video or this movie, the movie takes you, it gets you right into the action right off the back, without giving too much away. Right, Doctor Strange, he finds himself in the beginning of the movie and kind of in a place where he doesn't know what the hell is going on, and he kind of has to figure it out. But I think I think the movie does a good job about getting you up to speed pretty quick on what is going on and why he's kind of you know, seeing the things that he's seeing and why the things are happening, right? Why the things that are happening in the universe that he's in. So I think it gets you up to speed pretty quick, and I think it has to. I think it has to because this movie. I don't know how long. I don't know what the runtime was on this one, man. But it seemed like it went pretty long. I think like at least like 2.5 hours. My show time was at 3, and we got out at about probably like 5:30. So yeah, probably about little over 2 hours or so for this one. So good little runtime. But yeah, like I said, get you right into it right off the back. And so once Doctor Strange kind of figures out what's going on, obviously he has to figure out a way to deal with this issue. So they introduce America Chavez pretty quick, and she kind of is working with Doctor Strange. She's the one kind of informing him, hey, this is what's going on. This is kind of why, not necessarily why I'm here, but not like here on a purpose, but why I just happen to be here, type of thing. And this is what in Doctor Strange kind of has to figure out a way to deal with it. So, because of the type of situation that they're dealing with, and still not really knowing who the big bad is, so to speak, at this point, he goes seeking some help. Right, he goes seek some help because he knows he's gonna have to deal with multiverse and just traversing that and dealing with some pretty powerful beings or whatnot. So he tries to get some help. Unfortunately, uh, that reaching out for some assistance doesn't quite go as he would plan it, and let's just say that the plot thickens. Right, the plot thickens at this point real quick too. I mean, it's within the first like 20 minutes of the movie, get the plot thickens real quick. And so now we got another issue, a big issue, right? Big issue on our hands. How are we going to deal with this without, destroying everything? And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, man. But I don't want to, like I said, I want to try to keep it spoiler free as possible. I don't even want to mention names or anything. But yeah, man, he has a big problem on his hands. Him, Wong, American Chavez, they have some issues. So again, they're trying to figure out what to do about it. Trying to figure out what to do about it. But it's crazy because I think the way that they explain it, I think that it kind of makes you get that feeling like, man, it's going to happen regardless, like because of the type of like the type of person you are and the decisions that you make and the what's happened in other universes and whatnot. It's like it's always going to happen, and it kind of does make you think that because of how it started and then what they tell you in the middle why that happened and how it brings you to the present time. Right, it makes you feel like you're gonna the decisions that you're gonna make at this present time are gonna get you back to the beginning of the movie. Like, and you got to figure out a way to not do that because when you guys will figure out when you see it at the beginning of the movie again, what he's seeing, he's crazy. He's not crazy, but he's just like, whoa, what's going on? He doesn't know what's happening, and that beginning part doesn't go that well for Doctor Strange. So he like I said, he's trying to figure out in the present day how to make the decisions right so that the beginning of the movie doesn't happen. But it feels like he's making the decisions and doing the things that are gonna revert him there anyways. So so he's trying to make the right decisions. He's while all this is happening, him and America Chavez, um, let's say that they end up finding themselves in a situation where they're trying to escape. All right, trying to escape. They're running. Basically, it's kind of like a chase film, kind of like cat and mouse almost. They're chasing him. American Chavez, Doctor Strange, they're being chased. Um, you know, uh, through the multiverse and whatnot, and they're being chased. And so they try to they find themselves in multiple universes, right? Hence the title, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And they find themselves in different universes and having to try to find people to help out, trying to find people to help because of the issue. And the issue, is a big one. Like I said, it's a big issue. Um, it does have to do with the Scarlet Witch. I'll say that. I'll say it does have to do with Scarlet Witch for sure. And what she's trying to do, kind of what she wants to accomplish, conflicts with what Doctor Strange is trying to accomplish, right? So they kind of have their beef between each other. So it's crazy, but nevertheless, uh, they continue to try to go through and try to stop things before it gets taken, before things get destroyed, things get taken over and gets bad. And as they're going through these different universes, like I said, trying to find people to help, they run into a couple different Doctor Stranges. And in one universe in particular, they run into the Illuminati, all right, as you probably have seen in the commercials, the Illuminati. And that part right there was probably the biggest scene in the whole movie, honestly, for me, just because of the people that were in there and the people that they showed, right? The people that they showed in this scene. Again, without giving too much away, check on my spoiler review. So if you want to know who it is, or obviously go check the movie out yourself, so you can find that it's going to be good when you do see it. I know the people in my theater, they not everybody, but a lot of people cheered when they showed that one person. I think it might have been not the last one, but the one of the last persons that they showed. The thing I didn't like about that scene though was that it was quick, and I don't know. They kind of did some people dirty in that scene. They kind of did some people dirty. I understand the power levels, and some people are just you know you know are on different power levels. But the way they kind of did, I think, was a little. They didn't give a lot of justice. It was kind of here and then it was gone real quick. Like it was. I think I don't know. They could have did more, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, but that scene was really good. That scene was great. The way they kind of not introduced everybody, but they went through everybody and showed everyone and kind of gave just glimpses of their universe and what happened there, and it gives you a lot of different implications for what is out there and what other universes exist and what they're going to bring in. Professor X has been in the commercials, so that's crazy. Yeah, and there's another one. There's probably honestly two. You could probably say two for sure, depending on what you go for. But one, no doubt, there's one that'll get the crowd cheering, or should get the crowd cheering. Let's see what else. So as they continue to go through different multiverses. He runs into a couple different Doctor Stranges. I want to say maybe possibly, alternate versions of himself. Um, Again, trying to figure out what they can do to stop Scarlet Witch from achieving her goal. And eventually, and all this time, I didn't even mention one of the things that's going on. The way that they travel through the universe is kind of by mistake. It's not something that was planned, and so that's why every time they go to a new universe, they're trying to figure out who can we go to help, because this is a new area. We didn't mean to come here. We just happened to be here, and now we need to figure out how to get back on track and get and get Scarlet Witch before again she destroys everything. So so they go through a couple different universes. They find a couple different Doctor Strange, and or maybe just one, two, can't remember. But they find a couple different universes with different Doctor Strange, and that makes for some good scenes. Some good fighting scenes for sure in there to keep you going. Ultimately, the way that they kind of resolve the issue is by um, kind of having to do what he what caused the issue kind of in the first place, or not necessarily in the first place, but what seems to cause major issues in other universes, including this one. Even maybe not so much directly by Doctor Strange at this point, but by the end of it, it's clear that, hey, doing what you're about to do isn't always the best option because of what's happened from the other Doctor Stranges and the other individuals that have gone down that path and are going to do what you're about to do. But regardless, Doctor Strange does it, and we get a pretty cool part. We get a pretty cool part in the movie where he how can I say, he has a new life. He has new life, and it's a pretty cool little, it's kind of cool. It's a little nod without saying it directly to another universe. So that was cool. Kind of like two universes in one almost. So I like how they did that, and then they end up using that. They end up using that actually to kind of fight the Scarlet Witch in the new universe, and that was cool. It kind of gave him, honestly, I think, a little bit more shine than the regular Doctor Strange, because he was kind of the one that kind of did it at the end, even though it wasn't. I don't know. It's kind of hard to. It's madness, right? It's madness. So it's gonna, for me to try to tell you anything without giving you a spoiler, it's a little difficult. Go watch the movie or come back and watch my spoiler review, because that's gonna, I'll be able to tell you a lot more. But nevertheless, Doctor Strange, he finds out a way to kind of, like, in a sense, trick the Scarlet Witch, right? Kind of trick her. Not even him, really. He just does enough, I would say, to distract her long enough so that America Chavez can kind of figure out what she needs to do and figure out how she can help in the plot, or in the in bringing down Scarlet Witch. How can she help? Because up to this point, she hasn't been, I don't want to say useful. That's, she's definitely been, maybe useful, but she hasn't been really able to, like, do the things that maybe she should have, not should be able to do, but things that she's able to do at the end, right? The things that she's able to do at the end of the movie, she's not able to do at the beginning of the movie. And it takes the time through the movie to kind of figure that out, and by the end, she knows how to kind of help and how to play a role in saving the world, and she does a good job. And so she's the one that actually, and so America Chavez, she's the one actually that's able to kind of, I don't want to say defeat the Scarlet Witch, but in a sense, kind of make the Scarlet Witch defeat herself. Kind of made her defeat herself, and ends up saving the day. Scarlet Witch, I don't know what's gonna happen to her. They don't really say too much. I have to go back and really think about how it ended on there, and what her, they don't really say too much about what's gonna happen with her. So it's gonna be interesting to see that. Doctor Strange, he when all said and done, they defeat her, and she finally kind of comes to her realization what's going on isn't the best. They kind of fixed everything, and it kind of, and universes go back to normal, and the threats taken care of. And so overall, I would say that I like the movie. I do like the movie, no doubt. Comparing it to other of the Marvel movies, it's hard to rank it in it's hard to rank it right now because it's still fresh, and don't want to be victim of the moment and just say it's the best or the worst. Which none of, I think it's either or. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the worst. Definitely in the middle somewhere. Probably on the higher end of one of the movies, the MCU movies that came out. It definitely sets up a lot of different multiversal, options, and just areas that the MCU can go. And as as a Marvel fan, as a you got to be excited about that. You got to be excited about that. There's just like I said, a lot that can be done. So we'll see what they do, man. But if you do like this video, man, if you watching it right now, I appreciate it. Hit that like button, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about it. If you've seen it, or if you haven't seen it, let me know what you think about this review. Help me out get better at this, man. This is only my second review here for y'all, so I appreciate any love y'all send my way. If you want to hang out with me over on Twitch, I will be streaming over there every Tuesday, Wednesday, just about. Elden Ring, Halo, some Mario games, different stuff that are coming out. So come hang out with me over there. But as always, man, you already know what it is. Have a little fun. Catch you on the next one, homie. Peace out.